Imagine stepping onto a plane, confident, accomplished, proud, only to be met with disdain before you even find your seat. That was Dr. Aaliyah Monroe's reality. Aaliyah, a young black surgeon who had just completed a groundbreaking surgery across the country, was boarding a flight home. First-class ticket in hand, her heart was full. This was a milestone she had promised herself she'd reach after years of sleepless nights, medical school debts, and silent battles against stereotypes. She approached the first-class gate, sleek black suitcase rolling behind her posture poised, her spirit radiant. But the moment she handed her boarding pass to the flight attendant, she caught the glance of the pilot, Captain Rick Adams, a tall, aging white man whose eyes flicked with something bitter the moment they landed on her. As Aaliyah walked down the jet bridge, Rick leaned over to the flight attendant and muttered loud enough for her to hear, "Must be lost," probably meant for Coach. The attendant's awkward chuckle and glance toward Aaliyah told her she had heard right. A tight knot formed in Aaliyah's stomach, but she said nothing. Instead, she smiled politely and found her seat, 1A. As she settled in, Rick made a point to pass by, his voice cutting through the cabin as he addressed her. "Miss, first class is reserved for premium passengers only." The entire front of the plane turned to look. Aaliyah looked him square in the eye, steady and calm. "I know, that's why I'm here," she replied coolly, flashing her first-class boarding pass. Rick smirked, clearly unconvinced. "Maybe next time, let's make sure you're in the right place before we delay boarding for everyone else, huh?" There was an uncomfortable silence. Some passengers shifted in their seats. Some looked away, but no one said a word. Aaliyah sat quietly. Her blood boiled, but she knew better than to make a scene. She had learned long ago, never react when you have the power to respond. The plane took off and Aaliyah pulled out her laptop, reviewing notes for her upcoming keynote speech at a national medical conference. Ironically, the topic, diversity and representation in medicine. Across the aisle, a businessman peered over, noticing her slides. "Are you a nurse?" he asked casually. Aaliyah smiled. "No," she said warmly. "I'm a surgeon." He blinked, taken aback. Before he could respond, a commotion broke out at the front. The head flight attendant whispered urgently to Captain Rick, who visibly paled. A passenger had collapsed in economy. Heart attack. The flight attendant called out, panic rising, "Is there a doctor on board?" Rick immediately looked around, desperate, and there was Aaliyah, calmly standing up. "I'm a doctor," she said, her voice strong, unwavering. The pilot's face twisted in disbelief. "Are you sure you're